Join me, let's do it. How to cope with the loss of loved ones. Yes, I decided to, do this program, especially coming live at least once a week in order to talk to people. Okay, wait, let me put the comment. Let me add source. Right, guest. Hello. Um, just want to paste in case anybody wanna come in. Hello, welcome, my people. How are you guys? Yes, you guys are people who come when duty calls. Because to be honest with you, today's program, that is dealing with loss of loved ones, what you are coming to do is to lend your voice. What you are coming to do is to kind of help and support me while I do that work. Reason why I decided to do the work is a lot of reactions after I posted a video, a brief description of, my son's memorial, and a lot of people were kind of connecting to it. So I now notice that many people who lost their loved ones are dying in silence. So I decided to make out time to kind of talk about it and to give a platform for anybody that want to talk about it. So if you're joining me and you've lost a loved one and you have some people that have lost, very close relatives, if there is one or two things you want to talk to them to console them, that would be nice. I don't know if people want to call, but I would rather people join in the studio if they want to, or just leave your message there. And again, today I will be reading some of the messages that people sent, kind of comments that people sent when I sent on Facebook, the comments that they are sending. So I will read some of the comments. Some of them are heartbreaking. Some of them, many people are appreciating me. Some of them, people are kind of hailing me that I'm brave to be able to pen that down and talk to them. Yeah, some of them, people still see kind of a broken person. You lost your dad few months back at the age of, oh my God, 63. That's a very young man. My darling, I'm so sorry. Mwa Gloria, I'm so sorry. Yeah, I'm very, very sorry. That's why I said, let us come together. At least I console you, you console me. There is nothing like problem shared, you know. So because I'll be telling you guys one story or the other, the how I've been coping. You cannot say that how you coped. To be honest with you, you cannot have coped, because if a loved one leave you, the person left with certain part of your body. So there is no way you can cope. The only thing is that how you are managing it. Is how you are managing it. You cannot cope. It's just how you're managing it. Because until you meet that person again, the part of you the person has, you cannot have it back. Okay? So I'm very sorry about your dad. That's very sad. This is the time that the man should kind of, turn back and sit down and start watching the children do well. So it's like he worked all the work, and at the end of the day, when he's supposed to kind of relax, he left. I'm sorry to hear that. Very, very sorry, sweetheart. But like I said, probably you've seen that video. Like I said in that video, what will your dad want you to do? What will he want you to do? Your dad wouldn't want you to be continuously sad. Because, do you know why? Because he couldn't help. Because you are a daddy's girl. You are a daddy's girl. And whenever daddy's girl is sad, daddy do everything in order to sort out that problem. Daddy will go and bring the moon in order for you to be happy. You see? So right now that the daddy is not there and you are being sad and daddy is watching you from a corner and he couldn't make a move to help you, how do you think he will be feeling wherever he is? So the only thing to do for daddy is to be strong, is to show him that you will live, is to show him that you will cope, is to show him that you can stand and continue his legacy. So that's exactly what it is. So I want you to, you know, I want you to hold up and try and make daddy a bit happy. Okay? But is it easy? It's not easy, my darling. It is not easy. Yeah? Okay. So I want more of at least I can see 6 people watching. So I will be grateful if you say hello, so that I 7, so that at least if you say hello, I will know that you're here. At least Glory has already written something, so I've addressed and I know that she's here. And thank you so much, Mma, for joining. At least what you said and few things that I say now, you don't know somebody that thing will touch and help. So that's why it's good to join something like this. It's not all the time we go and join, because normally what I run is I run weight management courses. I coach on weight management, but I have to make out today to be with people who are mourning, to be with people who are hurting, to be with people who don't know what to do. Do you know that some people might be thinking about how to, do something that is not good to themselves, but when they hear us like this, they will think again. Yeah, they will think again. So that's exactly why I brought out that time, leaving everything. As you can see, my face is swollen. I haven't had some rest, you know. Uchechi Chidozie, good evening, my darling. Thank you so much for joining. Yeah, I really appreciate it. After all, today we are not doing a weight loss coaching, but we're just trying to support each other. I don't think there is anybody in this life that will say that they haven't lost somebody who is close to them. I don't think so. I don't think so. If that person is not a relative, it might be a friend. It might be a friend's friend. It might be a friend's mom or a friend's dad or something. There has to be, one way or the other, you must have lost somebody who is close to you. So that's exactly the reason why it's good, for us to come and support each other. Yeah. Okay. So, like I said earlier on, the main topic or the subtitle of this is what not to say to a bereaved person. What not to say to a bereaved person. What you are not supposed to say to someone who is bereaved or to someone who lost their loved ones. What you are not supposed to say to them. Honestly, I'm going to read certain things. I hope I will still find them, because there's a lot of comments. So, but I hope I will still find them so that you will see what some people say. So when certain things, and the person who said it might not mean any harm. The person who said it might not mean any harm. Again, I want to address my Christian brothers and sisters. I want to address us because I'm one of you. Especially when it comes to a matter like this, when somebody dies. I want to address us. Number one, I want to ask us a question and say, do we actually know why many people are leaving our faith and going to other faiths? You might tell me it's a lie, but it's true. It is true. because I live in England, I live in the UK, and I know the population of people who go to church in the UK, and I know the population of people who go to mosque in the UK. You ask yourself, why is it that people are leaving us and going to other religions? And some people who don't want to go into other religion, they decide not to believe in anything at all. Why? Because of the lovelessness in us. The lovelessness in us is too much. Because if you look at what happens to people who are bereaved, if you look at how they are treated, many of them, you will even see that people who treat them like that, many of them are Christians. Number one, some people will belong to a church. Some people will belong to a church. Then, when that person dies, that's when the church will remember that the person hasn't paid for this, the person hasn't paid for that, the person hasn't paid this or that, and as a result of that, the church will not bury that person. Good evening, my darling. As a result of that, the church will not bury that person. Caliph Naya, good evening. You lost 3 of your siblings just in a space of 3 years. Oh my goodness, I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. That's why we are here, my darling. At least, I'm just hugging you. I'm so sorry. Those siblings will want to live their lives in you. They want you to be strong. They want you to carry on. Even my admin is here. I've been with her for a while. I didn't know that she lost somebody as well, because I saw her status, and she said it's hello sister, it's 1 year or whatever that we lost you. I was like, really? So that's what I say. There is no way anybody that is an adult, there is no way that you wouldn't have had somebody that is close to you that you lost. If the person is not your blood, might be your friend or a friend's friend, and so on. So that's why it's good for us to kind of let us make this thing to work. We don't know how many people that will touch their lives, and some people that might even be in the end, at the age of ending it all. You and me will talk 1 or 2 things, and then it will bring them back. So please, I want us to make it. Now that I've made it Tuesday, by the grace of God, I'll keep creating time to be coming online Tuesday for us to talk about it. So as I was saying, before I saw what Ifnaya wrote. So, okay, Anne Okbabi, Evergreen, thanks for today's topic. Very sad to see how the community and our so-called faith group ask for too much when someone pass, especially when the bereaved family don't have much. My darling, thank you so much. At least someone is hearing me. Thank you so much. Do you know that sometimes... Good evening, ma. I lost my father-in-law and husband just last year. What? Father-in-law and husband? No, I'm so sorry. What is this? I'm so sorry, my darling. Modidi, welcome. How are you? Choma Lara Fab, you lost your dad and hubby within 6 months without being sick. Have you seen it? You see that this program is really, really very good. At least as you're joining, when you talk about, do you know, as you're talking about it, do you know that some weight is being lifted from you? Do you know that? Some weight is being lifted from you when you talk about it. Thank you so much, Choma. We really need to talk about it, because the problem shared is problem solved. Because some of you don't even know who to talk to. Because the world is just going like that. If you talk about it, they will tell you, oh, don't you know that the other person, oh, you're talking about losing your dad. The other person lost 2 sons, so you're talking about your husband. Yeah. What about that woman that lost the children, all of them? Your own is nothing now. That's what we are here to discuss. What not to tell somebody who is bereaved. What not to tell somebody who has lost a loved ones. Our people don't know how to talk. Yeah? Yes, mommy, she's my sister. We lost her 2 years ago. That day is a very, very... Oh, really? Are you serious? I didn't know that. And Okpabi said, this is 3 years I became widowed. Oh, I don't need to explain what happened during funeral because it's disgraceful and heartbreaking. But thank God for strength and God's mercy. Sweetheart, we are going to be talking about it too. I'm just building this so that we all will get used to it. With time, we will be calling on phone and talk about it. Do you know why I came out to talk about this thing? Because I know that it will touch people. I know it will help people. I know it will change people. I know it will change, it will touch one or two people. Do you get me? That's why I am bold enough to come out and talk about it. So with time, you have to talk about it, because when we start talking about evil, then many people that are practicing it will know that they are busted. It's not a small topic, but God is going to help us. God is going to help us. Okay? There's a lot of things, even the death of my son. I will be bringing it, I will be using it one after the other to give you guys example. I saw hell. Yeah? So we have to talk about it so that people will use it to learn. Do you know why I came to do this program? It's because I talk about my son. And as a result of that, many people are coming saying, thank you so much. Thank you so much. You know that since my dad died, 3 years, I haven't gone to work. I want to do myself this. And because I've had you, now I will get up. Many people. I was like, really? So as a result of that, I say, okay, let me save more people. That's why I came online. So we have to talk about it. We have to spread the news. People who are depressed, people who don't know what to do, when they come out to talk about it, by the time I start bringing you guys will be joining me on studio and talk. You guys will be joining me on studio and talk about your experience and so on. As we talk about it, other people will be like, okay, I thought my own is the worst. Okay, my own is not the worst, so let me get up. My own is not the worst, so let me get up. So that's exactly what we're going to do. So I thank you guys, all of you that are here. All of you are part and parcel of this program. Okay, all of you are part and parcel of this program. And with time, we will start developing like a WhatsApp group. That WhatsApp group will be kind of, to help. It's true. That's how I found you on Facebook. It was about your son. So sorry for your loss. May God comfort you. Ah, really? Anne, you see? But do you know that I'm a weight management coach? That's what I do on Facebook. I'm a weight management coach. But when that time came, I say, let me just push it out of maybe I will touch one or two people. And as a result of that, a lot of people started coming. A lot of people started kind of, um, confessing about it. Star Mishak, welcome, my darling. So we are going to be talking about it. Yeah? Thank you so much, Anne. I'm really, really blessed to have you as well. So, as I was saying, the reason why people are running away from our faith, from the Christian faith, if you, look at the world right now and tell me what religion is the most followed religion. It's Islam. Do you know why? Because of the type of love they show each other. Because of the type of love. Me, I'm not a religious or whatever. I was born into Christianity, and that's okay. But I don't discriminate. You see, when I see people that are doing, it's Islam, that are doing traditional religion, I don't discriminate, because that is their own conviction. I see Islam, that is their own conviction. I see, Christians, that is their own conviction. Norma, someone sent me your video where you talked about your son. So I started following. Oh my God, thank you so very much, my darling. God bless all of you. And we all will do mighty things together. We all that have that like mind, we are going to touch people. We're going to bring people who are already going down. We're going to pull them out from wherever they are. We have to do it together. That's why I have to come out. Please. And I thank you guys for that. Yeah? So you see, that's exactly the reason. So as I was saying, somebody will die being a Christian, and they will start telling the person that this he has to buy this, he has to pay for this. Do you know that my mother, bless her soul, although my mother, my son passed, my son passed May, and my mother passed November. So even I haven't even processed it in my spirit, or my that my mother is gone, because I was so beclouded, by my son's, departure. But let me tell you, my mother died. My mother was a life member. I don't know if you have a Catholic background, you will know what life member mean. Life member mean that I don't know how to explain it, but it means the highest ranking in Catholic Church, the highest ranking. She's a mother. She is a church warden. She is all of the distance. She is among all of them. And my mom will pay, even us that have gone into Pentecostal. My mom will pay for all of us. When she goes, she will just get money and say, clear all our debt, clear everything from the church. Why is she clearing it? Because she doesn't want any problem. Okay? Do you know she cleared all these debts and so on and so forth? Do you know they didn't come to bury my mom? Do you know they didn't come to bury my mom? Good evening, my darling peace. This is another of our sister. This is another of our sister that, life has really dealt with her, but God is her strength. All of us. Yeah. Choma said that she know about life member. Oh, I love you guys. So my mother was a life member. My mother did not owe any money to them. She didn't owe any money to them. My mom, my dad wasn't going to church when we were growing up, in those days. My dad was, but my mom converted my dad, that my mom and my dad, they had to wed when they were old. They had to wed when they were old, because that's one of the criteria for them. They had to wed when they were old. So do you know that my mom died, that these people didn't come? Do you know why? They gave because my brother goes to church, but she is a chief. She's a chief in our community. So in our community, it depends on the status of a woman who died, or a man who died. If you have to bury your mom with cow, yeah, you never knew you lost someone. Sorry. Oh, I bury. Yes, you haven't seen the video. You have to go and check the video, sweetheart. You have to go, and the video is the reason why many people are here. I lost my son. Yeah. So you see, for my mother to be buried with a cow, to slaughter a cow to bury my mother, in our custom, you have to, use a gong. There is something that they call a gong, that wooden gong. It means that a very big queen, yes, it means that a queen has passed, or a very high, ranking woman has passed. So you have to use that wooden gong to go around the village to announce the death of that person. So when you use that wooden gong to announce the death of the person in the village, it means that the person is a big person, and the person has to be buried with a slaughtering of a cow. Do you know that the Catholic, they said that if my brother ever do that, tell people to go and do that the gong is a hidden practice. It's a hidden practice. That if they do that their church will not come. That what my brother should do is that he must not go and then announce that thing, that is a hidden practice. And if he ever do that they will not come. My brother is a chief. And if my brother didn't do that, the whole community will desert my brother. Nobody will come. So when the church come now, they will just do all those prayers and they will go. Then it would be like ice water where my mother died. So no village people will come. This thing became a problem. At the end of the day, my brother went and do the gong. Do you know, because of that, they did not come to bury my mom. We had to hire a pastor. We had to hire a pastor who came to do the mass, to do this thing before my mother was buried. Why am I saying this? The reason why I'm saying this is, what do you tell? That is what not to tell somebody who lost a loved one. What not to tell somebody who lost a loved one. What you're not supposed to say and what you're supposed to say. So even burying a loved one, who has paid all her duty, but what you did is because of a gong, you're not coming to bury the person. As a result of that, many people have left the Christian faith. As a result of that, many people have fallen in the faith. As a result of that, many people say, you know what, I no do again. So I am talking to each and every one of us. What not to tell somebody who lost a loved one? So coming to what I'm saying, in one of the comments when I posted about my son, because the post about my son, I said in it that the reason why I stopped crying was that I saw my son crying profusely. My son was crying uncontrollably. And it breaks my heart seeing him. I was like, why are you crying? He said, but mom, you have been crying. I said, so because I'm crying, is that why you're crying? He said, yes. I said, I will never cry again. I wiped my eyes, and that was all. My son wiped his eyes, and that's it. I stopped seeing him cry. So somebody came to the comment section. Do you know what the person told me? The person came to the comment section and told me, and those are the Christians, those are the church goers. She said, your son is gone, your son is dead and forgotten. There is no remembrance of those people who died, because once dead, judgment, after judgment, everything is gone. Go and wait for your son on the resurrection morning. Can you believe that? Can you believe that? Go and wait for your son on the resurrection morning, because your son, because there is no memory for your son is dead, your son is forgotten. I'm sorry for what happened to you, but there is no remembrance of anybody that is dead. What a callous statement. What a callous statement. What a wicked statement. What a wicked spirit. And you ask me to have association with somebody like that. So you can imagine if I'm not a Christian. You can imagine if I'm not a believer. That video made me to follow you and draw strength from you. Exactly, my baby. You get me? So somebody is saying that, assuming I'm not a believer, assuming I'm not a Christian, assuming I'm not strong, can you tell me what that thing would have done to me? Tell me. And I told her, if you don't know what to say, don't say anything at all. Because what she believes, she wants me to believe in what she believes. She wants me to believe in what she believes. And that's exactly what is wrong with us Christians. Good evening, my darling Edith. That's exactly what is wrong with us Christians, because we believe that every other person will go to hell. We believe that every other person will rot. We believe that whatever is there. You forgot that there are people who were born into all other religions, which is not by their own making, but by their birth. And you think that God will look at them and kill them just because of you? You think that God will just look at them and kill them just because of you, because of religion? What not to tell somebody who is bereaved? What you are not supposed to say to somebody who lost their loved ones? That's why we have to come here and learn. We have a lot of things to learn. And when I start bringing in people will start telling their own experience. And from that, their own experience, we will start learning. Go and check people who lost their husbands. Go and check the people that took away what belongs to their husbands and send them away from the house. They are Christians. Go and check. I'm not telling you not to. Go and check. Some of them are high rankings. They will come, the woman that suffered with the husband, they will come, and then if they don't know what to tell the woman, they will tell the woman that you are the one who killed your husband. Once they cook up story like that and put on the head of that woman, the woman who is mourning, who is in a mourning state and so on, if the woman gets up, they will say, oh, look at her. She's even struggling to get something. Look at the person that is supposed to go and keep quiet and mourn her husband. She is dragging property with us. Can you believe that? That's what they will tell the woman, and they will take everything that belongs to the woman. Everything that the woman is supposed to look after the children, they will take it all. What not to tell somebody who is bereaved? I was watching on social media one lady, I think the lady's name is Mary Jane or something. It's all this prankster. But this one caught my attention because the lady was so tiny. The lady looks like an AIDS patient. The lady was so tiny. Do you know what? This lady and the husband, they put hands together and everything, and they built 12, is it 6 flats? They built 6 flats. And building these 6 flats, they had one child, a boy, a son. Do you know that whatever happened, that man died? And after the man died, the brother, the younger brother of the man, came and drove the woman and the son away from the house. The brother and the family and the mother, they drove this woman away from the house. This woman ended up sleeping in an uncompleted building where rain falls on them. This is a life story. I'm not telling you not to tell anybody. Dim Joy, welcome, my darling. Uda, welcome. Edith Johnson, welcome. Yeah. They are sleeping in an uncompleted building. That is a woman that is bereaved. She lost her husband. She lost her soulmate. She lost somebody who is supposed to be like a father. Yeah, good evening, Joy. How are you? Joy R. Mohammed, welcome. And she lost the father of her son. And they came from that 6-bedroom flat, no, 6 flats. They built 6 flats in Lagos. They drove her away from there. They took away the flats. They drove her. They did not care about their brother's son. They did not care about their brother's son. They drove them away. This one went and she was sleeping rough in an uncompleted building. And the younger brother of this guy that drove her went and sold that 6 flats and took the money and put in a business. Putting the money in that business, after 2 or 3 years, I don't know how long, the money couldn't do anything. The money couldn't fetch anything. All the money, all of them, not even penny. And he was going around. They said that the wife of the brother must forgive him before anything goes well for him. And he started to look for the wife of the brother. When he found the wife of the brother, this woman was sleeping in an uncompleted building. They don't have money to go to hospital. The son caught cold and the son coughed until he died. And this woman now the woman was like, I don't think she's okay. Before this Mary Jane now found the woman, and still in a shanty, looked like an uncompleted building. What people go through because of bereavement. And this guy was begging that she should forgive. Because, it's not only that somebody died. If you are close to somebody who lost a loved one, the only thing that you can do for that person is to lend him or her your listening ear. I said it last week and I'll keep saying it every day. Lend him or her your listening ear. All that person wants to do is to talk. Do you get me? All the person wants to do is to talk. The person needs you so much. Don't say because the person is married or the person has sisters or brother. You might be the close friend that she might even want to confide in. You might be the sister that somebody who lost the husband will want you to come. Maybe it's you that she will feel comfortable with in order to talk to. Do you get me? So lend that person your listening ear. When the person is talking, don't go and start telling story about this person, story about the other person. Please. It's not what that person wants to hear. Until he or she tells you, what do you think? What do you think? Then you can chip in something. Because the person wants to voice out. The person wants to empty. The person want don't it's like volcano. It's like molten fire inside that person. The person wants to voice out. So as that person is voicing out, just like you're writing now, as that person is voicing out, and then something steam is going out. The steam is going out, and the person is feeling a bit okay. People who love their loved ones, some of them now become talkative because they want you to discuss that loved ones at all time. The only topic that he or she want to talk about is about that person. Don't tell them, but we've talked about this thing too much now. Don't tell them. I remember some time during that my own time. So my family group. So because my siblings, they were all so heartbroken and so on. This is a child that everybody loves. He's so charming, he's so cute. He's so cute. And children, born here, when I took him home, after having him, I think it was 2 years when I took him home. So people love his accent, and he was so dramatic. So other children will want to come and look for his trouble so that he will start speaking them English accent, in those days, you know. So if you touch him and say, I like you, he will say, "Not like me like that, not like me nonsense." All those things. And then you keep touching him because he doesn't understand the accent, he will start spitting on them. So he became so popular. So everybody knows him. And he's so cute. You know, some people they call him monobra because it's like his eyebrow that this one and this one meet together because of the hairiness. Do you get me? Okay. So at that time, Barbara, welcome, my darling. Thank you for your support. So at that time, I always want to put something about him in our family group. So I will remember something, I'll post his picture and put. So once I post his picture, all my sisters, they will all run away. They will all run away. They don't want to talk about it. It's something that you have to talk. Hush, 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 hush. So when that one happened, and then also, one of my sisters would say, please stop bringing this thing here now. Then another of my sister who has lost a loved one too before, now cautioned them and said, no, that's what she wants to discuss. And if she wants to discuss it, we all have to discuss it. Obonna, welcome, my darling. Obonna Borita Chigozie, welcome. You get me? So Choma said the same thing happened to her. You see, I'm talking your mind. I'm talking your mind. So that's exactly what it is. So from that time, we started discussing it. And once we start discussing it, you will see me glow. You will see the smile on me. As if that they have brought him back. As if he is there with us. That's the only thing that you will do for me. Discuss it. So why am I telling you this? You might come across somebody who has lost somebody. It might be your mom, God forbid. Maybe the mom lost a child. Yeah, maybe the mom lost a child, or a dad lost a child, or a sister lost and so on. If they are bringing that topic, please don't tell them not to bring. That's what is making them feel better. Support them and talk about the topic. Support them and talk about the topic. Let me shock you, because I said that my story, I'm not gonna tell my story yet. Although even if I tell small of it, I'm still gonna bring it together because I am a Bible, as you see me. I am full of a lot of things. Do you know that I think the third day that I lost my son, I was crying in the house because, let me shock you, the husband that I was with then was not the father of my son. That's just a peep. And as I was crying on the third day, that man came in and asked me, "Why are you crying?" I was looking at him. The third day of my son's death. He said, "Why are you crying?" I told him, "It's because my son died." "Oh, but I've told you to stop crying now. But because God has brought, God has taken. The Bible told us that we shouldn't cry for the dead because we have hope in resurrection." Are you listening to me? There are certain things people will talk to you during mourning period or during the time that you are bereaved that you will never ever forget it in your life. So that's why I am training us. That's why I'm training us. Because you see, the heart, when they think that witchcraft is when people are flying, the heart, that's where witchcraft lies. And when somebody is emotionally down and the person says something, don't take it lightly. Don't take it lightly. That's why we have to learn. The songwriter say, "You say the best when you say nothing at all." If you don't know what to say, keep quiet. If you don't know what to say, keep quiet. Don't come to somebody that lost a child and tell the person, "Okay, at least you have 3 children. It's only one that died. Do you know that Madam whoever, that the whole children died in motor accident?" What will that woman do? Don't say that. Don't even try it. Don't even try it. Because death is death. Loss is loss. Loss is loss. You don't know what that person is going through. Don't even compare yourself to that person. Don't even compare your own experience with that person. Don't. Because as I am now, I'm talking to you. As I am now, resistant, welcome, my darling. All you people I haven't welcome, please welcome, my dear. You have said it all. Each time I display his picture on my DP, I feel this completeness. People will never understand. I lost my husband 5 years ago. I'm so sorry, my darling. God will continue to uphold you. God will continue to uphold you. I'm still coming to that. What you, as someone who is bereaved, is supposed to do. I'm still coming to that. Because this thing I'm saying, it applies to me. Because until it happened to me, that's when I know what not to tell anybody. And that's why I'm using my own to teach people. So that they don't make mistakes that I made. Ha! Before it happened to me, come and tell me now. I will say what? How can they take anybody? Don't they know how to pray? Don't they know how to pray? Hey, I will speak in tongues. Saramakayama zenderebo sikaba. They don't know how to pray. Oh. If they know how to pray, why should death take anybody from the family? Hey, never. Never. Hmm? They don't know how to pray. Do you know people say that? Someone asks you, when are you going to remove your mom's picture as your screensaver? Can you imagine? What is wrong with people? What is her concern and what is that person's concern? My darling, I love you so much. This my sister. Ngo, welcome. I really appreciate you. Because let me tell you guys, it's very, very difficult for your people to follow you on Facebook. It's very difficult for your people to share your video. Pepe I, they don't. But you see this woman here, she is my sister. And all along, she has been following me. She has been sharing my video. She has been there. But I know how many, if my community share my video, I'm telling you, I don't even know where I will be. But she's always there. And God will uplift you. God will bless you. So you see what I'm saying? Why are they asking you when you will remove your mom's picture? Is it their mom's picture? Is it their mom's picture? Some people are wicked, especially in my own religion. I'm sorry to say that because I'm part of it. I'm sorry to say that. Because before this thing happened to me, if you see where I'm counseling people, if you see where I'm counseling people, if you see where I'm telling them, do not behave like someone who doesn't have faith. Do not behave like someone. William Shika, welcome. Do not behave like someone who doesn't have faith. It is only people that don't have faith that behave like that. We have hope in resurrection. And the Bible said that we that are alive, we are going to meet them in the air. We are going to meet them in the air, and together we will be with the Lord. And nothing. And I told her she is my mom, whether dead or alive, and I love her so dearly, so she should mind herself. Yes, she should mind herself because it hasn't happened to her. That they will be quoting, I will be quoting the Bible to them. I will be quoting it. Don't worry, because it hasn't happened to me. Because it hasn't happened to me. Until it happened to me, I say, hey. And I started asking God for forgiveness for the type of counseling that I gave to people, for the type of word that I gave to people, for the type of superwoman that I used to think that I'm a superwoman. How can anything happen when I can pray? When I can pray, if I can pray, nothing can happen. Nothing. Sweetheart, is not how long or how much you pray. This world that we came into is like a train. You know that train starts from one station. As the train leaves there, people are going in. As people are going in, other people are coming out. It is like that. It is like that. But the thing is that for us, we don't know where we will come out. We don't know. So that's exactly. Some people are meant to live short, whether we want to believe it or not. So it doesn't, you pray or you don't pray. I'm not saying that prayer doesn't work. Oh, don't get me wrong. Before they come after me, I'm not saying that prayer doesn't work. Prayer works. But when it has written that this is the time, my dear, it doesn't matter. So why am I saying all these things? These are things that I have practiced. I have practiced. And now I'm trying that people should learn from me. What not to tell somebody who lost a loved one? What not to tell somebody who is bereaved? What not to say to them? Don't tell them that they don't know how to pray. Don't tell them did they go to pastor. Don't tell them did they ask questions. Don't tell them that because they are bereaved. Don't tell them all those things. All you need to do is to hear them out. You lost a brother and a sister. It's not easy at all. You see? I'm sorry, my darling. May God continue to hold you together, and together we will win. That's why this platform is created for somebody like you and me. That's why it's created. So let's make our time on Tuesday, 6 p.m. every Tuesday. Let us come together and encourage each other. From time now, if we start making the number, then we will start bringing people. Yeah. And again, I will give phone number for people to call so that I don't talk all by myself, so that you people should help me. Because if you help me, I will get more strength. I'm so sorry for your loss. So you see that. So I started talking about our Christianity, how we treat each other, how we treat people who are bereaved, and so on. And I compare it to other religion. How can somebody die and they say that the person hasn't paid this, the person hasn't paid that, the person hasn't paid this, and as a result of that, a woman who has served Catholic Church for almost 80 years was not buried by Catholic Church because of, you say that it's a hidden something. Remember that traditional religion was there before Christianity came. Remember that the kindreds, that they were there before Christianity came. So you came and you want to displace them from whatever that they believe in, and you want to force them to believe in what you believe in. Those that have not lost any of their relatives think that they are holy people, but I know it is not. It is not true, my darling. Now we are not praying that they should lose. Oh, God forbid. We are not praying that anybody should lose, but it's not holiness. My daughter-in-law, the one that lost the husband, there was a time me and her, she was crying, say, Mom, do you know what they are telling me? They are telling me that I don't know how to pray. They are telling me, but the husband was a fire. This guy that died, I'm telling you, if she come and pray, you will run away because you will be feeling the presence of beings around when she's praying. When he's praying, but he died. But people are telling the wife that she doesn't know how to pray because it hasn't happened to them. I'm not saying all these things out of bitterness, but I'm saying it out of concern where our society is going to. Because a lot of people are falling out of faith because of the character of people in the church. A lot of people are falling out of. If you see how we were treated, though they didn't bury my mom, we still went to church. Hey! God of mercy. Will you even believe that they are Christians? They didn't bury my mom, we still went to church. Do you know they ignored us? Do you know that all the things that we came with to do Thanksgiving, do you know they didn't take it from us? They did not take it from us. They did not take our offering. They literally drove us from the church. Jessica J say it's not easy. It's an unforgettable event 5 years ago. I'm so sorry. She was saying you are right. That was what happened. They drove us from the church. Judith Johnson, some people will ask you, didn't you see it coming? Didn't you see it coming? Oh, you see this program. God will bless this program. Because I thought it's only me that sees it. I thought it's only me. That's what they do. That's what they do. That's what they do. Do you know that some people even said that I killed my son? Do you know that? This is a broken. There is nothing enemies will not do to you. It's probably maybe maybe it's me that they want to go. And probably because God helped me to scale through. I didn't die, follow my son. And as they are seeing me, it must be her that killed her son. If not, why is she talking? If not, how can something like this happen to her and she still stands? So I want us to join together to pull our brothers, to pull our sisters, especially we that are, that are from that part of the world that there is no counseling. There is no counseling. In where I live, government paid for my counseling. They will be sending people to come and talk to me so that I don't go mad. For years, I was being counseled. Although, until I canceled myself, because when they are talking to me from this ear, is going out from this ear, because I don't even know what they are talking about. But because you and me, we are from the same, background. Africa is Africa. You see, Africa, we are the same thing all over the world. It's similar culture. That's why I am talking to you guys now, and you are understanding what I'm saying. Oyibo will not understand it. They were like, excuse me, are you serious? Are you serious? Only in Africa can somebody die. The person has a wife and children. And then the other family will come and take what belongs to. And then the wife will have nothing. Only in Africa. What not to say to somebody who lost a loved one? Don't tell the person that you have cried enough. It's not as if you want that person to be crying. No. It's not because you're wicked. No. You just say, please, try and hold yourself together. I cannot listen to that magic word. I cannot imagine what you're going through. Don't say that you know what he's going through. It's true that you have lost a loved one. Maybe you lost the loved one 1 year ago or 2 years ago, and that person just lost one. So her own is still fresh. Do you get me? So you don't know what he or she is going through. You will only say, I can imagine. Because it's only imagination. I can imagine what you're going through. And with that, the person will like, okay, okay, at least you don't know what I'm going through, but you can imagine. Yeah. You get me? So that's exactly, you know, one step at a time. One step at a time. And that person needs you guys, needs you around. Sometimes they don't want you to come around, but you have to, because that's a very dangerous period. Even if you just go and sit down and the person say, why are you coming now? I don't want anybody, please. I just don't want anybody. I just want to be on my own. Just say, sorry, oh. Sorry, I just said, I beg, sorry. Sorry, because the person is mad. The person is not normal. The person is mad. So anything that person is saying, accept it. The person is mad. Please, just calm down until after a time. You'll be even asking, did I really say that? You know? Rosefield, God bless you, mother-in-law. God bless God bless my mother-in-law. She checked on me as always and keeps sending people to cancel me. Oh, that's really nice. That's really nice. So Ngozi said, my sister, people can say nonsense in the name of exercising faith, making you feel like you are faithless. I really thank God for you. Keep it up. May God strengthen you the more. Amen, my darling. That's exactly what it is. Oh my God. Thank you, my reverend. Oh my God. This my pastor is here. A great man of God. A great man of God. A prophet of our time. Thank you, sir. I'm really honored that you joined. I'm really honored. Reverend Raymond, welcome. So you see, that's exactly what our people do. So as a result of that, they are drawing people away from the faith. They are making people to hate Christianity. They are making people to hate Christianity. That's exactly what they do. How can you, somebody who died, you say you will not bury the person because the person, because the person did not send the kindreds away. These kindreds were the people that nurtured this woman from childhood up until the time that she embraced the Christian religion. And you said you don't want those people to come because you brought an imposed faith onto us. And you say you don't want her people to be part of her. Only you. As a result of that, the woman that is a life member, you don't want to accord her that respect. You abandoned her. And you say that I should go inside that church again. The death of my mom opened my eyes to know who and who are actually my relatives. It was a terrible situation. Exactly. That's what Ogbonna Aborita said. Exactly. Exactly. So that's what we really need to be mindful of. We must be mindful of what we say to people. You see somebody that lost the parent, and another thing, I remember another thing. When somebody's mother or when somebody's father die, and you just tell your friend or colleague, you're crying, oh, I lost my mother. Do you know what they will ask you? How old is she? Or how old is he? What has age got to do with that my mother died? What has age got to do with that my father died? Do you know the bond between father and children? Do you know the bond between mother and children? Even if that mother is 100 years, even if that father is 150 years, the bond is bond there. You are not the one to determine to me that I'm supposed to cry, because my father is young or old. Mm-mm. You need to sympathize or you need to empathize with somebody who is bereaved. Even if you're going to ask how old that person is, probably on a lighter note. You should not judge the person's crying. You should not judge the person's outburst by how old the father or the mother is, because you're not in the relationship between them. You're not in the relationship between them to know how they are supposed to feel with each other. That's another mistake that we make. Go around. People will ask you, how old is your father? Okay, 80 years. Okay, three score and 10. Ah, God added 10 years to her. At least it's a grace. It's a grace. What about people who die under 70? It's a grace. So you have to be happy. God added 10 years. He said that the time accorded to us, given to us, is three score and 10. That's 70 years. And then if by the chance of strength, it will be four scores. Eh? Somebody who lost the mother or somebody who lost the father, you're telling that person that. Please. Good evening, Eweli. Osla Chino. Good evening, welcome. And my sister and God said, Nne, how come you know your people too too well? I asked, I know you. I asked, I know you left early. I know you left early. Exactly, silly question that puts me off. How old is your mom that you see that you are so worried that she is sick? Oh dear goodness. You see, they are asking her, my sister, how old is your mom that you are sick, worried that she is sick? Which means they are believing that your mom shouldn't be alive. Have you seen it? They are believing that your mom shouldn't be alive. What is wrong with people? What is wrong with people? Our people have problem. They need to come to this program. They need to come to this program. Let us reset their mindset. Their mindset need to be reset. Because they need it. Because many of them don't know what they are doing, that it is bad. They don't know. They don't know. You're asking somebody, you're worried that your mom is sick. How old is she? But how old is she? It's because our people die early. Go to Chinese, come to this country, come everywhere. You will see them celebrating 120 years and they're still going around. When I was in support, I have supported a man who was 99 years old. I don't want to mention his name because of confidentiality. He was still going out and shopping and doing everything by himself. He was still doing it. Yeah. But because of the low mortality rate in our place, when somebody is 70, they will be looking at the person as if, what is she still doing there? So what not to tell somebody who is bereaved? You can see now, this one is not even bereaved, but this one is alive, and they are telling the daughter, how old is your mom that you are worried that she is sick? Hey, can you imagine? What not to say? What not to say? What not to say? What not to say? What to say? Oh, hey, I saw this dream, and I'm supposed to tell you, I'm supposed to tell you, but I prayed about it. I didn't know it's going to happen. Why are you saying it now that it has happened? Shut your mouth up. Zip it. Don't say anything. Don't say anything. Don't say anything. So please, let us learn one or two things. Let us learn one or two things. All you need to do for somebody who is bereaved is a shoulder to cry on. It's a shoulder to cry on. A shoulder to cry on. A shoulder. Silly things that person is doing that time, that's okay. Silly thing that the person is doing that time, that's okay. Obonna Rita said, they won't understand until they lose a dear one. Death has really dealt with me and my siblings. No mother and father. Lost two of my siblings, but it's well. They are beautiful. Min is my consolation. Oh, I'm so sorry, my darling. Yeah? Just like I said, just like I said, if you are here, you are representing all of them. You are wearing all of them like a cloak. You are wearing all of them like a cloak. So they want to manifest in you. They want to see you strong. I tell you this story. I used to have this pastor that I am serving under that time. Beautiful memories. Yes, it's your consolation. Yeah. So I now told that pastor that, please, I think it was getting to 1 year or whatever of my son's, pass. So I was like, please, I want to go to the grave. Can you go with me so that, we pray? Hey, Christianity, that they don't do that. Oh, that I'm calling myself a pastor. I'm calling myself a preacher of the word. If I go to the grave, what will I be doing? That definitely that I will pray. So if I pray, who am I praying to? Who am I praying to? Who am I communicating with? Which means I'm communicating the dead. That I mustn't do that, oh, as a Christian. If my faith was in the roof, then my faith come down to the lowest this thing. So you don't want me to go to the grave where the last remain of my son. You don't want me to go and lay flower and pay respect to him because I'm a Christian. I didn't talk. I just drove to the place by myself and did everything by myself. So we need to show empathy. We need to show empathy. We remember that everybody in this world is a spirit. As we are looking at ourselves, this is not us. There is something in us. That thing in us is us. This is a cloak, which means spirit lives on forever. Spirit doesn't die. Spirit does not die. It doesn't die. So if your mom dies, if your dad is not there, if you've lost a loved ones and so on and so forth, if he makes you happy, yeah, if he makes you happy and makes you feel relieved to talk to them or to talk to their picture, go ahead and do that. You're not going to any hell for doing that. God is not wicked. The death of your dad was a huge blow. Hey, yeah, Vera, I'm so sorry to hear about your dad. You see, we all are wearing our shoes in different ways, and we are just going and wearing smiling face without knowing what is going on. I'm so sorry, my darling. Just take consolation that when your dad sees your slim figure, she's one of my students in the weight management program, and she's one of my models. So if your daddy sees your slim figure where you are doing your catwalk, your daddy will say, look at this, look at this, look at this, my little princess, look at her. So console yourself by achieving a lot for your dad. Console yourself by achieving a lot for your dad. Yeah? Achieve a lot for your dad. People who pass on, they still send messages. I will close by telling you this. And I will beg you, make Tuesday, 6 p.m. UK time and Nigeria time, a date for all of us to be together. If we come together and do it, before you know it, we will touch a lot of lives. I will close by telling you this. When my son passed, we were preparing for the wake keep and so on. We are looking for pastor that will say this and do that and do that. And he came in the dream and told me, Mom, I want you to preside on that event. I want you to say the gospel, to preach on that day. It was an argument in the dream. I was like, excuse me, how can I do that? He said yes, because he's coming there with entourage. That was what he told me. People might think that, but he said, because the Almighty God is going to crown that occasion, I'm coming with a lot of angels. here. So I had to do the preaching on that day. And to God be the glory, I didn't cry, because a lot of people came in with buckets of cry, of tears, so that I will open it for all of them to pour it away. So our sister Peace Shegu, this our sister here, she has 3 children. She has 3 children, 1, 2, 3. And she lost all of them, 1, 2, 3. She doesn't have even one. One. As I speak to you, even one. See her. But she came as a student to my program. And, she's a very bubbly, lovely girl. Each time she's asking question, and so on. So when I don't see her, I will be missing her. And after she saw this my video about my son, that was when she told me that she lost 3 sons and she doesn't even have one. You see? And she's still alive and she's still hopeful. So please, all of us that have been touched by one loss or the other, I want you to be strong. I want you to be strong. And then God, my sister, your mother will live. Not only live, but strong, because your mom is very strong. She will live and she will be strong. And we will celebrate her 100 years. Nothing will happen to her. Because the other ones that left is not because they are supposed to. It's because of the low mortality rate that we have. But it's not going to happen to your mom. We're going to celebrate her. Okay? So I thank every one of you. You don't know what you have done. You don't know what you have done. People are going to watch this program later on, because the title, when they see the title, they come back to it. And you have really contributed a lot. This thing is going to raise somebody who is depressed and doesn't know what to do. As I'm mentioning what you are saying, they will be hearing it and they will heal them one after the other. So what I want us to do is to make our time to always gather here, Tuesdays, 6 p.m. Then if I see that we are a bit many, then I will bring phone number for us to call in, and then I will start bringing in people as well. So that's exactly what we're going to do. And I pray that all of you who have lost one loved one or the other, that God will continue to console you, and that you will be a consolation to people around you, and that will be a shoulder for people to cry onto, and that your experience will be something that will touch other people and bring them from their bed of depression to a winning stand-up. Okay? Thank you so very much, and I love you guys, and I will see you guys very soon. Thank you for joining me. I really, really, really appreciate you. Okay? Love you guys. Bye.